Hi, this is Nate Stroeher, and I'm a Director of Strategy and Transformation at Third Stage Consulting. I want to talk to you today about business transformation, digital transformation, and how to tell if your organization is ready for digital transformation. I want to start off by talking about what is digital transformation. Really, the line between digital transformation and business transformation or organizational transformation are somewhat blurred these days because every business, no matter what their size, has some level of technology underlying all of their operations and all of their functions. The most common types of digital transformations that we have run across, especially in the last few months, are the ERP transformation, which has been really a pretty steady service line for the last few years, but even more important now. And then we get into customer relationship management. As the organizations are changing in the way that they address their customers, they're transforming more and more into the need for a strong customer relationship management and the technology that underlies that function. Third, and most importantly in the last few months that we've been dealing with, are the HCM implementations and the digital and organizational transformation that surrounds that. Obviously, in the last few months, companies have changed greatly in the way that they attract and retain employees and have a much deeper need for the technology and the platform that underlies these functions and the ability and the assistance that they need to get the employees in the organization, to manage the employees once they're there, and to retain them going forward. I want to talk about some of the signs that you're ready for a digital transformation. And really, this is something that we could go through this list, but it's important to know that all organizations at any point in time throughout their life cycle can benefit from a digital and an organizational transformation. But really, some of the more major signs, or some of the bigger signs that you're ready for a transformation, are rapid growth. How are you handling your growth? How are you addressing your growth, and how are you positioning yourself in the future so that you're able to gain the momentum and keep the momentum that you have and still keep your focus on the customer and not lose sight of what got you to the point that you are and what has led to this growth? Stress on the supply chain. This is another one of those where you often hear people say this is a really good problem to have because we're not able to we're just barely keeping up with the orders that we have, and we're just barely keeping up with the customers that we have. Well, that's a double-edged sword, because once you make a customer, once you're unable to fill a customer's needs, you run the risk of losing that customer, and the ability to get them back is tenfold harder than you had when you first started. Inventory management, that's always something that companies that grow are struggling with, and that is how not only to manage the inventory and the challenge that you have now, but how can you better and best position yourself in the future for the challenges that you'll have as you experience more growth and as you transform into the organization that you plan to be. Sales team, that kind of speaks for itself. How are you going to address your customers? How are you going to build a better customer relationship? How are you going to develop and maintain your customers in the future as you grow? It's the ability to take advantage of technology and use technology to still keep that personal relationship with the customer, and use the technology to allow you to expand that customer base while still keeping that one-to-one relationship. And finally, talent management. As the workforce changes and as we become more and more remote and less dependent on an office setting and a geographical setting, it's going to be more and more important that companies address their ability to attract these employees, retain these employees, and take advantage of the underlying technology that will allow them to do so. What is the first step to take when you're ready for a digital transformation? How do you even know if you're ready to address the organizational challenges that you're going through? Have you done your due diligence? Have you sat down within your organization, and have you met with the leaders, and have you said, do we all have a clear vision for where we are? Do we have a clear vision for where we want to be? And do we know how we're going to get there? Have you been able to articulate this to a third party? Have you been able to bring someone in that looks at not only what your strategy is, but what the marketplace is and what the underlying technologies are that are available that will allow you to get to where you want to go? It's challenging enough to know where an organization is and where you want to go. And a third party will allow you to take that outside view and say, okay, here's what your competitors are doing. Here's what your competitors are taking advantage of. Here's how they're seizing market opportunities, and here's the technology that they are using to get them in the position they are and to get them a leg up over the competition. So understanding where you are as a company, understanding how digital transformation can help you, and understanding that first step is important for any organization, no matter where you are, as far as growing, whether you're stabilizing an organization or whether you're facing a downturn. If you have any questions on digital transformation, please reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you, or look at our website for more videos on how Third Stage Consulting can help you in the future.